What's today, fellas?
July 4th.
July 4th.
4th of July.
4th of July, 2024. So, we're working every day. Today, we're really excited. We got a familiar face with us. If y'all been tapped in, y'all really OGs. You remember the pilot episode of Loco Cast featured our boy, Erick Hardy from Hustle Legacy. Erick, thank you for coming back on.
Thanks for coming back on, bro.
No problem. I had to come back on and support my boys. I was the first episode, most viewed episode. Again.
He was the most viewed episode.
Owner, Hustle Legacy, all that good stuff. Do some other business stuff on the side, theme pages and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy to be back, man.
We definitely appreciate you coming out, especially on a holiday. My man's drove all the way from Philly just for the Loco Cast. It's like, no, he has some other plans.
Yeah, it's just for the Loco Cast.
But he did make sure we were a stop along the way, and we really appreciate that.
Always,
so,
bro.
First off, we got to talk about, obviously in the page, man, the difference. We're out there some screenshots up there because
we
throw some up.
We could throw some. The growth was, I think you had like 100 followers when the first time you came on the episode.
I think the first time, yeah.
It was like 150 or something. Yeah, it was 150.
Yeah, 150, 200. So the way I grew my page started off as a theme page. And if you don't know what a theme page is, it's basically a page where they post certain types of content. Like, for example, the Shade Room, that's a theme page. Spiritual, that's a theme page. Well, my page was based on motivation. So I'm thinking, if I want to make clothes, you got to have a certain community to sell to. So I'm like, let me start a theme page. Let me base it around motivation. So I started it as a theme page. It started to grow real fast. I'm like, oh, let's make clothes. Started making clothes around fitness, motivation, that area, and then I built my community around that. And once I started to build my community, that's when I started growing. So that's what really helped me like grow along this process. And it was all through Instagram, like everything through no in-person stuff, not really too much in-person stuff at all, other than like friends supporting, but it was mostly through Instagram. Yeah. That's how I really grew it. We're at like 14K right now, which is crazy to me. But yeah.
Yeah,
so you talked about building like a community on Instagram, but like, what does that mean exactly?
So basically, your brand, people are following you for a reason because you give them some type of value, and the value that I give them is motivation. So my brand is based on like people who want to be motivated, who's pushing themselves to do better, people who are maybe struggling in life and they need some motivation. So that's why when you see on all my shirts, we'll pop them up. There's always a quote on the back. There's some type of quote on the back of my shirts, and it's based off of some type of something inspirational. Like, for example, the name is Hustle Legacy. Like, keep hustling so you can build a legacy. So once you have a community and people like rock with you and they like align with your goals of your brand, you'll grow. And once that community rocks with you, you're gonna grow, like no matter what.
What would you say like your favorite part of your community is?
Just like supporting them every day. Like on Instagram, you could like make a little community tab, like a members tab. Then like I try to do it every day, but I'll put like motivational quotes in there like every day just to keep them pushing. And then I see people will heart it, so I'm like, all right, I'm helping somebody out today. Like I'll put any type of quote, like I'll say, keep going today, and then I'll say, for example, don't forget the goals that you set January 1st, like that type of stuff. So that's what.
And constant contact too.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely fire. I didn't know anything about the theme pages because they constantly say, have like a community or an identity attached to your brand. And like a lot of people, I think, take that as like go out and reach those people or like look for them. But also like you could create the spaces for them to come to.
Yeah.
So like you make it a little bit easier on yourself.
Exactly. Like I'm working on trying to start a Discord. I think that'll really help the brand out. I'm just trying to figure out how to start a Discord. It's pretty tough to start a Discord. But like once you're talking to your community every day, like they won't forget about you and they'll support you, like no matter what. That's the main thing.
Yeah, man, you could probably hire someone on Upwork.
I probably should. No, that's definitely smart.
Yeah, man, recently I had the people on Upwork because I was trying to invest in like a community.
Yeah.
And so I had them look up like every house address and like their property owner and like skip trace their number.
Oh, that's
but they do it for like $5 an hour. I mean, it's terrible, but they think it's good money, so I'm with it.
Oh, that's smart. No, like we all like. We're all young. We're all 23, right?
Yeah, 23.
I think we should like give them some advice on like how to start their business. Where should they start if they want to start a business? What they should do in their teenage years. Like we can start off from like in your teenagers, what you should do if you want to start a business later in life. I think that'll be some good.
I would say first, save money. You can't do any business without money, whether it's your money or somebody else's money. So in your teenage years, I would say first, start stacking up money. Just put it to the side and really like research your market, and like before you really invest any money, fully like understand and learn the market that you're trying to go into, who your competitors are, what the trends are, what's popping, what's declining, like all know your market front and back.
Yeah. I'd also say like just try something too. Like yeah, obviously when like if you have like a summer job, you can save up $1,000. But I also say like, cause if you just like, cause that's what I did when I first started. When I was like 14, like 13, I was just reading a lot of books to learn about business, and I was just like gaining all this knowledge, but I wasn't applying it anywhere. And without like actually applying it anywhere, it's just like lost in your mind. You're just, I mean, it's useful to have, but if you're not going to actually put no action behind it, yeah. So just figure out what you want to do. Like, I figured out I liked shoveling snow, so I went out there, knocked on people's doors, made some money. Figured out I liked shoes. I said, oh, people want to buy. There's a demand. Started selling shoes. People want to get clothes at like a cheaper price and support like a local community. So we started like a community brand, like you were saying, about helping other people to motivate and chase their dreams. Because then it's like, and that's why we started Loco, because we didn't really know exactly what we wanted to do. And people were like always telling us, hey, go be a doctor, go be a lawyer, you gotta go do this thing. But like, that's not everyone's path. So like, just do like what you like. Just go crazy about it.
Yeah, I would say two things. Number one, get a job, like obviously, because you're going to need money to invest in a business. So get a job, and when you get that job, I would recommend working more than like the usual person if you can. I know in like high school you got like football, basketball, like other activities. But if you really want to like go hard in your business, like work that job. Even when you graduate high school, you still want to do the business. Work that job and work like overtime, or find another job if you can't work overtime. And then all the extra money that you got, put that into a business, because that will really, get you to that next level. Because like working, the regular 40 hours a week, it's good if you have a good job, but they're only paying you a certain amount just so you can like live, eat, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I will work like more hours than usual, and you're young, so you have the energy to work like that much.
That's true.
Yeah, that's one thing I would do. And then another thing I would do is definitely get a mentor in your space, like some type of mentor like that. That shit will make you go from step one to step like
especially
10.
because you're young, they'll automatically message you, because a majority of people your age aren't doing that. And so they see you taking that initiative, especially if you're consistent with what you're doing, they'll really like that, and people will want to invest in you.
No, that's facts. Yeah, like definitely getting a mentor will help you skip steps in whatever business that you're trying to grow, or
no, for real. And I say like your friends should start asking you like, yeah, man, where you been at? I haven't seen you in a minute, because you just been working. Like when I was fresh, when I graduated, I had like 2 jobs, bro, and I was working from 7 to 2, then like 2 to 11. So all I was doing was working and stacking up. People were like, yo, Kaden, where'd you go, bro? But hey, man, I was just saving up. And then I also say like a mentor too. Like I just realized, like I was just talking about how I like used the people in Pakistan to like look up all the addresses for me. I would have never known to do that if a mentor or someone didn't tell me that could be a step to skip all this time that you would spend on that. You could do that way faster. And then like when you're young, I'd say from like 16 to about like 26, people really want to help you. Like you have to really use that young age to your advantage.
No, I definitely agree with that. Like people say you got time, oh, you're young, you got time. Like you do have time, but you got to take action during that time. Like you have time to like do things and fail. That's what you have time for. But if you keep telling yourself, oh, I got time, I'll do it later, you're gonna be like 40 by the time like that time is over. So
yeah, people wake up they're 30, like, dang, bro, I didn't do nothing in my 20s. I didn't gain any skills, nothing attainable that I could use to my asset. Like
definitely just take action. Like whatever you want to do, take action, because you're definitely going to fail. Like there's been times I dropped clothes. Like I think my second drop, like probably like 1 or 2 people bought shirts, and I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna be like 10, 20 shirts that somebody's gonna buy, but it's because I didn't know how to like grow my brand, and I didn't have a community at the time. I'm thinking, oh, if I drop shirts, people are going to buy them. But like, no, like you're going to fail like in the process of doing whatever business that you're going to do. But that failing is like an opportunity that you can learn from. So just don't be afraid to fail, because you're going to fail eventually.
Yeah, you brought up a good point about failure. Like you have to get comfortable with failing, and I don't even think failure is like, necessarily like a setback, like, oh, this drop didn't go well, or I didn't reach my analytics goals or whatever. Failing is whenever you stop and then you quit. Quitting, I kind of equate to failure. But if you keep taking L's per se, but you keep going. Those are really lessons.
And then another thing in business, like, you won't always do well. There's times where you do really well, and then there's times where you like won't do that well. You just gotta literally keep going. Like, you can't stop. Like, you can't be like a year into your business and like you think, oh, I should be doing better. Like, no, you're just a year in. Like,
You don't know anything.
Yeah.
There's no
What do they
experience.
say? It takes a business, 5 years to get established?
Yeah, I started thinking everything like a pro athlete. Like a pro athlete, they probably started playing sports when they were 5 years old. And then so they spent the next 20 years, 15 years doing that sport every day, spending more time than anybody else doing it. And then they got drafted. And then they got the big money. So that's the same thing with your business. If you're 20 right now and you're just starting out being an entrepreneur, you're not going to wake up tomorrow being private jets and things. But if you put the time in when you're not 18, when you're 40, 50, 55, when all those skills and everything it matriculates,
Really touching that.
that's when you really start touching the bag, because everything is just piled on top of each other.
Yeah,
It's the same thing with the pro athletes.
and you'll get like, for example, like Amazon, like they started like what 90s or 80s, but they started selling Kindles, like the shit that you read. But now look at Amazon, they're selling like different things. So that's the example. Like along the way, you're gonna like learn what I should do, like how can I make money in this business? Like you might start off with a shirt. Next thing you know, you're selling freaking like shoes, like Nike, for example.
Yeah.
Selling shoes, like there's paths that you can go up on.
You naturally, like as your business grows, you make more money, you scale.
Yeah.
You evolve your products, you evolve, the things that you produce, hop into different markets. I feel like we've seen that a little bit with you even.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff that Hustle Legacy's been dropping versus like, I think the t-shirts, I'm trying to remember what else. Did you have hoodies?
I have hoodies, yeah. I
Yeah.
started with compression shirts, hoodies, long sleeve compression shirts.
I've seen the quality increase too.
Yeah.
Over time, yeah.
Like for example, like what they said, like I got a better manufacturer over time. Like my first job, my manufacturer was pretty trash. Like I don't even like those shirts no more, just because like I've seen them for so long, and I seen how they were after I wash them, and then along that process I learned, I should get this manufacturer. I need this type of material. I need to tell them this. Like when I did my first job, I didn't even make a tech pack. Like I didn't even know what that was. So later down the line, I knew, you need a tech pack to make like shirts or have a clothing brand. But it just takes time to like learn things in your business.
And then
That's what
like
I learned.
I say like take your time too. Don't start too big.
Yeah.
Like for example, like we I'd say like, it was the first year Loco started. We had a manufacturer problem. We're like, oh yeah, we're about to buy 200 sweatsuits. Everybody about to buy
I
these
did the same
Johns,
thing. I did
and
the
they
same
were about to
thing.
make $40,000 straight off that.
Same
We're about to make $40,000 just because of this. bro.
Everyone's going to sell.
And then the manufacturer,
There's no way they own
the manufacturer took a whole year to give us all our stuff from Bangladesh. And then we had the hoodies, and then we got them in the wrong season. So then it's just like
And you got to wait then. So yeah, it's
you gotta be some.
So
it's
yeah,
trial
don't
and
rush.
error.
You don't have like you said, like when you're young, you have time to fail, but also like be calculated with the moves you're making and things like that, because you could save yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of.
My bad. Another thing is like stay off, like obviously stay on social media, but like stay off that guru trap of, oh, I'm gonna be having a laptop lifestyle, living in Tulum at the age of 19. Like stay away from
That's
that
not
shit.
real.
Like,
Everybody want to pull up their laptop. Talk about, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in my sky view apartment,
Like-
making $100 million.
it's not normal for a 20-year-old to do that. Like it's possible, but it's not normal. Like
Yeah, it's not. No, I know
it's
some
going to
people do
take
it, but it
time.
takes
Like
time.
you can definitely do it 100%, but it takes time. But don't think, oh, he's 20 living until making 10K a day, and I'm 20 working at Burger King. I'm doing the wrong thing. Nothing's wrong with that, like at all. Like you're still working, you're still building yourself
So
up.
awesome, yeah.
That's not normal for people to do that. So don't get trapped in that TikTok, social media, e-com space, like at all. Because I've been there before, and it's not normal. I had to realize it's not normal. Like, so
Yeah,
try to
bro.
stay out of that. That's not normal.
I didn't realize that wasn't normal because
Yeah.
I met this kid at Penn State, but he's been doing it since he was 14, 15. And then now he's 21, 22, living in Florida, Miami, and his like penthouse just doing e-commerce. But it took him 8 years to learn and
it takes
lose
time.
hundreds of thousands of dollars on
Yeah.
missing products and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
it just takes time.
yeah. Don't
And
get trapped in that.
And also, don't be like like being an entrepreneur is kind of like a gene thing. Like the number 2 guy on Facebook, he's still rich. The number 3 guy and all these other companies. So I wouldn't say like don't sway away from a job too if like you don't feel like entrepreneurship is like built like made for you, because 90% of the businesses fail in the first 5 years. So
Exactly.
unless
Yeah.
you really like want to do this every day and like you got some like burning desire and like some purpose, I wouldn't start. I would just see someone else's dream. You can help out and help improve, and you can grow together.
And don't be like don't think you have to be an entrepreneur because everybody's an entrepreneur. Like you don't have to be. If you want to be a plumber, you want to go get a trade, doctor, lawyer, that's 100% normal too. Like, don't be afraid to just work a job the rest of your life. Like, nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah,
if you're happy there, like, just stay there and work. Like, you don't need to be an entrepreneur. Because I'm telling you, the shit's not.
It's not for everybody.
It's not.
The majority,
Not for everybody.
Like, you're going to start off losing a lot of money. Like, you're going to make a lot of money too eventually, but it's not that easy.
It's really like, I think a lot of the core principles that we're talking about, you need to apply to anything. Like, you know, be consistent about it, be a student of the game, whatever, like, learn it, really love what you do and be passionate, whatever, regardless of what avenue what path you're going down in life. These are all like things you could apply in various different directions. And ultimately, I mean, it's going to make you be successful.
I feel like there's two paths. If you're like out of high school and you're looking for a job, I would definitely like get a trade school. I would like try to like find some type of career that you can get into and like build off of. And like I would get into it because there's so many different programs. You could just look up trade school programs, tech boot camps, and things like that. Like if college isn't for you, but then I would say if like you go to college, I would start networking freshman year with like your counselors, the career office, your teachers. Because all these people have connections that you could just go to, and they want to help you for free.
Even I would say a little bit earlier than that, like in high school, if you see like your friend's parents or like, I don't know, I feel like everybody got that friend where like, you know, dang, like you're popping, you live crazy or whatever. Like talk to their parents and stuff like that. See what they do. Those people are like typically more than willing to, you know, talk to you about their job and like show initiative. I think like the biggest thing I don't see with young people is they can't communicate. Like I don't know if it was COVID or like, nobody wants to like look at anybody in the eye and like talk to them or anything like that.
I agree.
And like just using your voice, and which sounds I guess crazy now, but like talking to somebody and like making contact with them is already like you're going leaps and bounds above a lot of people, because I mean for some reason that's not a very popular thing to do anymore. And that's like, I mean, when you're trying to connect with older people and mentors and things like that, like you gotta think these people are from a different generation. How did they communicate it? How did they talk and things like that, too?
Yeah, it's like, and we could all speak on this because we all went to college and we graduated. And it's like little things such as like when you shake a man's hand, like never shake his hand, say it, look him in, you know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. Like even I learned like when you're walking, don't always walk with your phone looking down. Like don't do that. Walk straight up. Look straight. Walk whenever you're walking or whatever. It's like a lot of things. So I would definitely say like always get people's emails, like stay in touch with people, even if it's from like 10th grade, 11th grade, like always stay in touch with, you know, somebody that can help you later in your life. Like for example, I had a mentor when I was 16. I still stay in touch with him to this day. Shout out Dean Richards. A lot of people may know him, but I stay in touch with him no matter what, because he helped me along the way, like coming up. So definitely stay in touch with, you know, the older folks that help you, because that's not normal. Like people will, you know, ghost you or you ghost them. So just definitely stay in touch.
It takes practice too, like talking to people. Like you're not like I just talk to random people because I used to be shy and like inside. And I didn't like talking to a lot of people. But when I was younger, I said, hey, I want to get over this. So I actually read some crazy book like 92 Ways to Talk to People when I was like 13. But then you just like go and talk to people like random people I met on the airplane, the bus station, just like downtown. Just like I ask people how their day is. Just talking to them. I met like a lot of business connections, a lot of mentors, and a lot of people to help me just by saying, hey. So yeah, I would just say just try to talk to anyone you know, anyone you see. Just practice.
Yeah, it could be as simple as if you're talking to an older person, hey, like, would you have any advice for me as a high schooler or a college student, or any advice that you did in your 20s that you wish you would have did better, like, since I'm in my 20s? It could be little stuff like that. Like, don't be afraid to, like, talk to people in public, like strangers. It doesn't matter. Like, they probably want you to talk to them. So
I would say, too, like, if you're nervous and you're someone who doesn't really like to talk, people love to talk about themselves. So, like, ask them about, like, give them the platform, the opportunity to talk about themselves, because they'll
talk all day. They love talking about themselves.
That's really how you get the game, too, is whenever they get in their bags, and you can tell when they zone out, they just start talking. Ask them those things, like, whether it's, if you work in, like, a corporate setting, like, asking them about work, or, like, even, I don't ask people about work. I ask them about, like, life, like, development. And you could ask them, like, maybe even, like, stupid stuff. Like, ask them, like, oh, like, where do you like to go on vacation? Or, like, just getting people talking in any type of way. Not everything has to be so, like, these people they're normal folks. They put their pants on the same way you did this morning. Like, take a deep breath. Like, it's not life or death or anything like that, for real.
And make sure it's mutual, too. Like, I have one real estate mentor. He likes helping me because it makes him feel good, giving back to us, giving, like, someone from his city and helping someone else, like, progress. And he helps me learn about real estate. And so it's kind of like both things where we're kind of like mutually benefit each other. So I wouldn't come off just like, hey, what can you give me? Hey, what can you do for me? Hey, I'll be like, hey, what do you need help with? I even offered like when I first met him, I said, hey, if you need any help, I'll work for free in the summer just for like a couple hours a day just to learn. And he obviously paid me, but he was like, yeah, I never even heard a young person say that before. So just see like what you can offer them too. Then like just don't be selfish.
Definitely add value. Like whatever you do, try to add value. Like for example, like your business, you should add value to your customers. But when you're younger, definitely like that's a great example. Like offer to do things for free, just because you never know the opportunity that you'll get later down the line. Like you just never know. So just think that in your head. Like I need to be adding value. How can I add value to this person? How can I help this person out? Because they'll remember that. Especially if you do it for free, they'll remember that later down the line.
Yeah.
So.
And kind of back to how you said, like, following up, too. Like, remember what these people are talking about, because they'll eat up if you, the next time you talk to them, oh, I recall when you said this, that, and the third, and, oh, here's how I applied it. Like, I remember I was talking to somebody, and, like, I said something as small as, like, oh, like, how's your daughter doing in ballet? His daughter had been doing ballet for, like, years, but he was like, I could tell you really, like, remembered our conversation just because of, like, one minuscule thing. So, also, like, their time is valuable, and so, like, y'all were both talking about add value, but I understand that the time these people have is valuable, and so showing that you retained really anything of what they said or recall it, even whenever you should always send follow-up emails or follow-up or however you communicate. Definitely always do follow-ups with folks.
Yeah. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. What would you guys give advice to yourself in high school? What would it be?
I would say, it's like I don't want to brag, but I did like everything that like I would say I did. For example, because I hung around people who are older than me all the time. Like, my brother's friends were always 2-3 years older than me, so they always gave me advice. But one thing I can say I messed up on was probably just putting myself out there a little more, because I was a shy dude that always just wanted to play the game. Like, I played sports. I was, like, kind of out there.
We were
but
always on the game.
Yeah, but I could have been out there a little more, just, like, talking to random people or, meeting random people. I would say, like, I wanted it to be, out there just a little bit more, but more advice I would say is definitely play a sport, because playing a sport will definitely keep your mind off of like other things that's going on outside, like drugs, all that. Like definitely play a sport that'll keep you like out the streets. And yeah, if you want to get a job as early as you can. Like I've worked a summer job at like 13. No matter what it is, just get that experience of being out there, being in public, learning how to work a job and how to communicate with people. That will definitely help with your communication. So those are the main things I would say. Oh, yeah, and if you want to go to college, in high school, this is what I did and how I went to college for damn near for free. Do, like, scholarships for, like, juniors. And if you're in your junior or senior year, look up scholarship essays, look up scholarship, like, applications, ask your counselor in your high school. Because, trust me, you'll thank yourself later down the line. Like, I did a scholarship essay. I used that same essay for 10 different scholarships. I didn't get all the scholarships, but I got 2 of them. But it all added up to let me go for damn near for free. So those are the main things I would give.
Yeah, a lot of people sleep on those scholarships.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money out here.
Like I went to kind of like a community branch campus, Penn State College at first, because I applied for a scholarship and they gave me like a full ride. But then everybody was like, "Oh, why you go to this branch campus, or whatever." But then I went to like the main campus eventually, and it was for free just because like just applying for scholarships that people just skip over.
Because most people think it's only sports scholarships, but no, there's like academic scholarships.
But there's a scholarship for if you get shot.
Yeah.
Like if you get shot, like they'll give you like $20,000 to the school. It's crazy. Like, there's a scholarship for everything. Like if your parents die early,
first generation college
student,
African American, Hispanic.
You just gotta find it. You gotta look for it. If you're not, you gotta look for it.
Like even in your major too. Like whatever you're interested in, like your field. There's a lot of major scholarships too, and that's how I ended up getting a full ride. Just applying because I knew I wanted to be in business school early on already. So just trying to focus on what you want to do kind of earlier helps you out too, get more money.
And even if you can't figure out exactly what you want to do, I would say like figure out what you don't like too, because that's really important. But I guess back to the advice I give my high school self: let other people tell you no before you tell yourself no. And so what I mean by that is like, don't like psych yourself out of like, oh, I'm not gonna try this because I don't think like it's probably not gonna go well or whatever the case may be. Like you can't give yourself the answer before you even tried, or even let somebody else give you the answer. That's even worse. I feel like you have to go out and try it yourself and be like, okay, you know what, it might go well sometimes, it might not go well other times. If it doesn't go well, you still learn from it. So I think that's really important as well.
No, I definitely agree with that. Like, I would definitely recommend though hanging around older people. Like, that will definitely help. They'll give you advice on like everything, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, because they've been through it. Like they've been through high school or they've been through college. So try to get some friends that maybe like 2-3 years older than you, or even, you know, talk to people in your family that are older. You know, maybe you don't want to hear everything from your mom or dad. It could be annoying, but like they're right. Like I realized that later down the line, like my mom was right about the majority of things that like I wanted to do, but I shouldn't have did. Like I wanted to hang around certain people, but later down the line, they got into like bad stuff. So I was like, dang. And she was saying, don't hang around those people, and she was right the whole time. So hang around the right people, because that will help you later down the line.
Yeah, I'd say the advice I give myself is just kind of like slow down a little bit, because I wanted to be like rich really fast, like super fast, like tomorrow, and I ended up doing some things. It was just like getting you fast money, but so it's not really worth it. And then I'd also say, I don't know, like, cause I wrote a letter to myself like freshman year of high school, and I kind of like did everything that like you were saying too, like that I wanted to do like at this age right now. So I would just say like, just keep working at everything that you want to do. Like make a list and just keep working at that every day and make until you completed those goals, no matter how big or small.
So definitely what Kane said, write it down. Like, don't type it. Don't like write it down. Like it's so much different when you can like when you write something down, you remember it better. Put it up in your room or someplace you're at all the time. Like see it constantly, so it's always on your mind. Like not just like I hear so many people say like, oh, I thought of this idea, then they don't make it tangible. They don't put it like they don't create.
Yeah,
anything.
if you don't write it down,
anything.
it's not going to go anywhere.
It's going to just go poof, and who's to say that you even came up with that or whatever the case may be.
No, that's facts. And definitely hang around people who have the same mindset as you, like, because you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around, like, no matter what. So hang around people that are, like, as motivated as you know, if they're into fitness, who work out with you, like, hang around similar types of people. Like, if they want to be entrepreneurs, hang around them. Y'all could bounce business ideas off each other, like, no matter what. So.
And even if you don't do that early on, you'll eventually realize later on in life, whenever you're going down whatever route you're going down and doing what you're doing, just naturally as you evolve, those people are going to fall off out of your life because you don't have any. There's nothing mutual for real, and there's no, in all honesty, benefit. I'm not saying you should be like looking to take from people, but you should be around people that can benefit you, and you benefit them. Someone like just like a mentor, I would say, honestly.
Yeah, going back to like being around motivated people, like this is how I met both these people right here. I mean, I met Erick playing, just like being from the community and like playing the game online. But then I'd say like in high school, we both realized that hey, we're both kind of motivated and we know what we want, so we're gonna hang around, surround ourselves, and talk to people that are motivated too. And just like some conversations we had like freshman year in college, and then just starting a business with Xavier and Loco Kicks, realizing he wanted to do something bigger than what he was doing, and so I just wanted to surround myself around people like that too, because when I was hanging out around people like you do the same thing every day. You wake up, you hang around, you talk about this new rap song that came out. I love rap music, but you're just talking about just stuff that really these rappers' lives, like their drama that's going on in their life, and all the stuff that really makes no value to you at all.
Doesn't make you no money.
So it makes you no money at all. But I mean, I love the rap music too, but it's just like I'm not worried about these people's life, like what they're doing, like what happened to their girlfriend or something. Yeah. What are we talking about right now? So just keep pushing that positive message.
No, that's facts. And unfollow the Shade Room, because like
that's so serious. I told them, I realized I was like, this is a cancer in the community. I have to cut this out. It's actually just putting out toxins every day. Why am I absorbing this?
Yeah. That'll help you keep stay focused. Like if you're on your phone a lot or on social media, like unfollow that. Like unfollow all the Instagram models posting half naked pictures. Unfollow all that. Like you need to be following people who's going to motivate you, follow your.
Especially if you don't got no money. That's what you not. That's the thing you do not need to be looking at on your phone. Half naked women on Instagram, because they just want to take your money too.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. Like follow people who's super motivated. People ask me, why you don't even follow you got 4,000 followers, but you only follow 800, 900 people. It's because I don't want to follow somebody who's not adding value to my page or to my Instagram. I'm gonna be honest, if I didn't have a business or I didn't operate through my phone with my business, I wouldn't even have social media, to be honest. I don't even care for it no more. I only go on it probably just to post business stuff most of the time. On my personal Instagram, most of the time it's business stuff. It could be some gym selfies here and there, throw a little bait out there, but it's still motivating people, but it's mostly business most of the time because there's nothing good on here.
And naturally you'll see whenever you really want something and it really consumes you, when you're on social media, you're going to be posting about the thing that you're passionate about or trying to build that, or you're going to be looking at things, whether you're on YouTube or whatever platform you're on, about people who are doing something that you want to do or you can learn something from. I mean, I feel like 80% of the stuff, notifications I get are involved in like clothing or like how to make better content or branding, and like even not only from what I see on my stuff, but the people around me also sending me that stuff. Another thing I was going to say kind of back to that is identifying your weaknesses. Like you can't do anything alone. Like, you know, build a team, understand what you're not good at, find somebody who is like-minded and is good at that thing. To some degree, yes, you should try to build your skill set, but also understand, like, if you're not good at something, like, find somebody else who's good at. Like, look at any business model. They're going to have the financial guy. They're going to have the tech guy. They're going to have people that have specialties, specializations, and that's a majority of what they do.
No, I definitely agree. Like, that's something I needed to work on, like, personally, because I started my business, like, by myself, and that's one thing I learned from these guys is having a team. That's so important. Like, I just got a graphic designer on my team, like, recently, like, a week ago, because I'm thinking, oh, I can do everything myself. I don't need nobody. But, nah, like, you definitely need a team, no matter what kind of business that you're trying to run. Like, have a team. That's definitely important. I have, like, certain models that I specifically have for shoots now, a graphic designer, and I'm still building my team. So have a team of solid people. Don't hire random people, but have a good team of solid people that's going to help you grow your business.
So with the new folks on the team, Eric, what's next for? Can you give us a little sneak peek about what's next for Hustle Legacy?
So actually next week, might pop it on the screen. We're dropping some cutoffs. You know, some little explicit cutoffs. It's going to say sex, waste, and protein shakes. That's meant for the gym. It's like it's a mesh material. I should have wore it today, but I took a flight yesterday. I was rushing to get on a flight, so I didn't wear it. But yeah, we're dropping those. And then I'm gonna work on my fall collection next. I'm trying to go for like a simplistic style. So it's gonna be like sweatpants, hoodie. It's gonna be super simplistic. You'll see it soon. So just follow Hustle Legacy, and you'll see it. So what's next for y'all?
What's next for us? We got in the next couple weeks. Don't know. I would say our first drop for the ladies. We got some sets coming out. I think we've posted. Y'all tapped in. Y'all seen some of the mock-ups, but those are coming real soon. So we're excited for that. Trying to get into throwing some events. Hopefully, we want to get into some things like that. I want to do a fashion show.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing a fashion show, a party. Our content, we're creating more videos. We're trying to make community. Yeah. We're trying to build out our long-form YouTube.
So we gotta get in with you on the theme.
So it's just some long-form content.
But like you see that example, like. We're learning from each other. Like I didn't think about throwing an event. They didn't think about getting on a theme thing. I was telling Kanan actually how to like what cameras to get like for his setup.
Yeah, that's how the camera right here. You just told me
like
about this camera.
Yeah. So like that's the type of people you need around you. People that's going to help you, motivate you. Like y'all can still have fun or whatever, but at the end of the day, like help each other. You know what I mean? That's what friends are for.
Very true.
No, absolutely. And speaking of that. We're actually, getting to work in early in the morning. It's the 4th of July, so we're about to go turn up the rest of the day.
11 o'clock. I've been up since 2 a.m. Don't ask why, but I just been up for a minute. But
yeah, man. Thanks for coming on to the Loco cast, anytime. Man. Another episode.
Anytime.
So we appreciate y'all. Live Loco.
Live Loco.
Peace.